was taken just after the final.
I did comment. Amazing how we got the exception to allow 500 participants on the ground. You're not doing it. I don't want a lot of fire for you.
Oh, mate.
Start the fire, walk away.
Oh, true, they are streaming the end of that other game.
Which game?
Carpety Newlands, that's what people were asking about.
Oh, the Premier 2 girls game.
Yeah.
Who's on the camera, mate?
Yeah, I know.
Radic, eh?
I like your slow move and then you slowly zoom out.
Yeah. Stephen!
Where are you gonna sit up?
What's that?
Where are you gonna sit up?
Go.
Who's the one who did it?
Sonia. Oh, sorry, Soraya.
Sorry, I was like, something.
Yeah.
Sonia to Dave.
Her Palangi name is Sonia. But
Sonia's, no, Dave, that's the other website.
That's where James got a slow motion technique.
She's the one that's offering to come and coach you.
Did they got 15? I think they got 15, eh? Looks like it.
Oh, yeah.
Is that 7 and 1 out? Hooker, 2, 4, 6. Oh, okay. Ah! I think we've got our first 15-a-side final ever.
Sam Swin. We got 19 names here.
Yeah. How many?
19.
From
Wainui. 19 names.
What's your sister? Dave?
What's that?
Tonio involved?
Who?
Tonio.
I didn't see her there.
So she used to coach.
Yeah.
Miss Kuma, can you send me your team sheet with accurate jersey numbers, please? I see there's a bit of a swagger in your stride. Did this come from the pub or?
Oh, I forgot to ask Scotty for the 1 minute song.
Oh, yes, of course.
Can I just say, Lana was the only Raz in Wellington who had her own office. Because she just used to live at the school.
She messaged me the other day. I finally hacked Peter's password. I'm in the system.
This weekend was actually going to
The 1 year she stepped down from rank of she came back and bang. She unites the community around sports clubs. So there's so much time.
well, not Russia, right?
Oh, here she comes. Oh, here he comes.
Up there, yeah.
What if she feels implied?
Not good.
Martin will come and get you and fetch it. Martin will come and get it. I was only kidding, but you know. You've seen the ages of the St.Mary girls playing in the team? Such a mixed bag. You got their teams.
Oh, yeah. 13.
Yeah.
How do you spell that? Is it Ukabella?
That's how I would say it.
Pronounce it. That's where they only. Seriously.
I can't see any way to say it. Except for Ukabella.
Near Latham. I used to play with their dad at school.
Oh.
My mother's the one from.
Your sister.
No, Leah Latham.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Her mother is South.
Oh. That's fun.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that's Lisa's sister, right?
Yeah.
She's only year 12? She's only year 12. Last year.
What, did you say you first?
Yeah, no, it says 16. She's 16. Yeah.
Oh, you're a champ, man.
Well, he filled in the card, the messenger. So Sarah, who made me the coach, filled in the card. What's the coach?
Then you know who's the boss. The person who doesn't have to fill it in and giving the orders. Okay, who's the top one? Basema?
Basema 4.
Four. Who's the next one?
Penny New Levi 1. And last name. So you have 2
Charles, C or P?
Max, you must have played against her a few times.
Yeah, I played with her. With him.
That's him on the fence.
Was that?
That's him leaning on the fence.
Oh, he was sitting over on that side of the stadium during the first game.
L.
Pascal, yeah. Because there's two of them, isn't there? Yeah. The other one's C.
Oh, yeah.
What number is she?
I suppose that's just what it is. That's what
Smith?
Yep.
He's Smith 6.
6.
And the other 2 are 2 or 4.
Yep.
8. What's it? So, 13.
Yep.
Lilta 2. Oh, they're both 2.
2.
8 and 16.
I'm just going to...
Yeah, that's here.
You can take that list if you
Yeah,
want.
we'll just put the numbers here for you and then go to you.
you are. Don't let the numbers stay away.
No, but we'll put the,
Yeah.
put the numbers. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
All good.
And I'll take it away. Thank you very much.
No worries. Great.
Yep.
13.
Yep. Oh, no. What's saying a hui?
What's that?
So you get 13.
Oh, so it's 2
13,
30.
8 18. Don't be Alexis. The one that made her.
Alexis, yeah.
Kennedy. 7.
Novo Tima Kennedy's. I just got Kennedy. Yep.
Carter.
Yeah.
2.
Yep.
Hope 19.
Okay. Yep.
Maxwell 14.
Maxwell. Wohotaua.
Yeah.
14. 19. 14.
And then William 16.
Yep.
Jerry 18.
Yep.
M Taituave 19. And Kurihoma 15.
Oh, what about Trinity?
Is that your 2? Like, I see telling that. Oh no, there's 2. Trinity. Oh, great.
So Alexis 18, Trinity.
12.
Oh, so there's 2 12s, isn't it? No.
No. There's 2 13.
Just 2 13s and 2 16s.
And 2 16s, yeah. Because they don't put a number. They don't put a number here, but I'm guessing that's the number there.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And then like jury, they don't put a number, but I'm guessing that's the number.
Oh, no. I certainly hope.
got a couple of 13s.
Are you
What is that?
school?
Or St. Mary's?
Are there no numbers against 3 of the names?
Yeah. Because they must not, one of the people helping us said that artists
And what's that? Come on. Sam, did you manage to change that the guest border? There's 3 names without numbers.
Oh yeah, they aren't playing.
Oh, they're not?
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. Cool. Thank you. Bailey, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you. Sam. Hello? Hello? Tuala. Hello? Hello? Oh, did you manage to change the guest border? Oh, also? Who's there? Okay, one second. Let's see. Okay, cool. Face mask. Oh, it's not time to make sure to send you something. Okay. My lip.
Press the purple. Hey? Yeah, I'll point that.
Ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes away from kick-off for the Premier 1 College Girls Final. Going to be contested between St. Mary's College and Wainuiomata High. And before we get on to the kick-off, I'd just like to read out the team list ahead of the live stream and the whistle. For Wainui High, number 1, Agnes Penny New Levaya. Number 2, Jessica Bartea. Number 3, Pascalia Fernati Tuya. Number 4, Sharon Fernati Tuya. Number 4, Natahia Pasende. Number 6, Talilangi Smith. Number 7, Pairangi Nohotima Kennedy. And number 8, Tyra Leota. And number 12, Trinity Tawaniai. And number 13, and we've got 2 of them, Emma J. Gray and Honey Taingahue. And number 14, Manaya Maxwell Puwohotawa. And number 15, Mayoha Kerehoma. And 16, and we have 2 of them as well, Trinell Leota and Kylie Williams. And number 18, we also have duplicates, Mihiata Jury and Alexis Tawaniai. And number 19, Hayley Halkett and Miriama Teitu Abe. And for St. Mary's, the number 1, Indiana Russell Leah. And number 2, Sia Tolova Wele. And number 3, Faith Vauliko Seu. Leilani Chapman in number 4. Timu Collins in number 5. Nia Layton in number 6. And jersey number 7, Luca Bella Ngatuere Only. And number 8, Amaria Ranapia. And number 9, Nalia Tangatauli Tolova'a. And number 11, Sophia Robetti. And number 12, Hema Tolova'a Stanley. And number 13, Justine McGregor. Cara Whitman in number 14. And number 17, Anna Parudu. And number 19, Valentina Leota. And number 20, Misha Saletele. 21, Agneta Sinmanu. And number 22, Vonzel Tusa. And 25, Katie Moayaba. The man in the middle with the whistle needs no introduction. The crowd starts to go wild. They're going crazy. They're emphatic. Mr. Scott McLean.
Thank you, Mason.
Go around the 0 o'clock.
A warm welcome to all our viewers who are watching the live stream from the comfort of their own home, cars, car park, wherever you may be. Pātārofa atu le maru le whawhongaanga, au mai moa, mā rawa soifua manuia, mā rawa tauatai, mā rawa nsai, mā rawa foi talo ma tapua. And just a reminder, going out to everyone that is here, all 10 people in the stadium, and to all our viewers from back home. Before we start this match, we'll be acknowledging a minute's silence. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Minute of silence, just acknowledging the recent loss within the Wainuiomata community, but also the wider rugby fraternity and family. Tragic loss of one of the brothers, Ben Tupuola. I'd like to send our prayers, thoughts, and also our condolences out to his wife, Sunema, and also the young family as well. As the start of this game kicks off, it is Wainuiomata playing from north to south as St. Mary's collect the ball just outside of their 22. They're making their way up to the 40-metre line. They set up a phase heading towards the centre of the field. They're about 10 metres outside of their 22. Setting up a ruck. Strong defence and counter there from Wainuiomata, showing some strong and good intent on defence, not allowing St. Mary's to build any form of continuity. And for their troubles, they come up with possession. A scrum feed 10 metres outside of the St. Mary's 22. And for those who haven't been following Wainuiomata, let alone St. Mary's in 2021, regardless of the fact this season has been disrupted by the lockdown and the restrictions around COVID, there is a lot of talent bursting at the seams. And sure, some of these will be bright futures for the Stars. Sorry, got that the wrong way around. Stars of the future. As Wainuiomata crash up midfield, they go back on a return ball. Strong run there. Charging up towards the 22. They laid a good platform there. They go out to the left side via the Tawanea. Sister there. Not going forward, side to side, a bit of lateral play. Here's Wainuiomata look to string together a few phases. A strong run up the middle there from Wainuiomata, and they breach the St. Mary's 22. Tawanea now with a skip pass, just falling through the hands there. And for those who have just joined us and didn't view the game earlier on, with the conditions the way they were, handling became a huge challenge. And you see there in the span of 10 seconds, 3 handling errors collectively from both sides. As a result, Wainuiomata find themselves in a handy striking position 10 meters from the St. Mary's line. They set up shop here. They have a set piece scrum. Thankfully, the rain has subsided, the wind has calmed down. Non-contested scrum here as Wainuiomata look to come to the right. It's a 1-2 play here and it's a crash ball. Making some good inroads is Wainuiomata. However, St. Mary's, they find themselves with possession. Turnover at the breakdown. They look to make their way out of the red zone here. A bit of a sidestep, but not fooling anyone there. Scott McLean, the referee, finding Wainuiomata offside. As St. Mary's go for a quick tap, pass and run. Good contest at the breakdown. We've seen in the span of the first few minutes there's been 3 turnovers at the breakdown. As Wainuiomata look to stretch our way to the left, they're matched up for numbers on defense from St. Mary's yet again. The momentum is foiled by a handling error. I must say I appreciate the calm night that has presented itself here in the city of Porirua. Streaming live here from Porirua Park, Jerry Collins Stadium. Premier 1 finals. I was reminded earlier that St. Mary's were going for their 6-peat. However, I was corrected that only 2 years ago in 2019 they didn't feature in the final, the Prem 1 final. It was actually in fact Porirua who were combined with Aotea that year. Played against Hutt Valley High. There's an up and under from St. Mary's is fielded well on the 40-metre mark. Wainuiomata contest at the breakdown there as Jessica Patea gets caught by a couple of defenders. 15 metres inside the St. Mary's half. They look to go to the left and it looks like Valnati Tuia, he just loses the ball as she makes contact with the ground, and it looks like Petty there with a strong charge up the left side. Channel goes out to the right there. McGregor with a hot hands and hot potato. Great reaction at the breakdown from St. Mary's to pick up that loose ball. It looks like Paruru there picks it up from behind that ruck, but hands it off to a rampaging runner there from St. Mary's. St. Mary's looking to utilise their numbers. They've got them on the stretch there. The hands yet failing once again under very little pressure, I'd say. Just letting that ball go as Scott McLean calls it back to inches over the halfway into the Wainui High half. Under normal circumstances, this stadium would be consumed with a lot of noise, cheering, and of course spectators. However, under the restrictions of alert level 2, we are limited to a capped number of viewers. Fortunate for us, regardless of the situation we're in, we're bringing you live sport at grassroots level. So it looks like Gray, strong carry, but more than met on defense there from St. Mary's as they cause a turnover once again from handling, as the handling errors seem to mount up. Leota with a carry there, just putting it loose. St. Mary's, they're finding some mismatches. However, you got to give it to Wainuiomata, who have been quick to react on defense and shutting down any momentum. Scrum feed to Wainui here.
10 metres inside their own half. No team have registered points yet. I'll tell you what, the way that the contact is shaping up, it won't be long before you see some bodies crawling off this field. And let's hope it's at the final whistle. We're not drawing. A rush defense there from Wainuiomata, catches St. Mary's on the back foot. However, quick pick and go. Contest at the breakdown, not releasing is the call there. St. Mary's conceding the penalty along with position. Wainuiomata just look very composed on defense. And equally up to the match of the excitement that St. Mary's are bringing on attack. I'd like to acknowledge the contribution of College Sport Wellington in bringing to you this live stream and live feed. I'm joined here by former Moika'a, and unfortunately our mic didn't really work, so you're hearing it naked, raw and wild at the moment. I'm screaming down the throat of this camera as Wainuiomata Tawanehai puts up a death-defying kick. Makes up some good ground, not collected initially by Well, Betsy, but she makes a strong charge. Maraeti is only year 10. Great athlete. I've seen her come up through the age rate. With a good handful of these girls. But Wainui High have turned it over yet again at the breakdown. One person shunt on a counter ruck drive, causing some disruption. Unfortunate. Thankful that the rain has just rested for a little bit, so hopefully we can see the ball being held onto. But some of these girls getting pretty adventurous at the early stages of the game and forcing those passes and looking just to get a bit expansive. So you'd be forgiven considering the conditions the way they are at present. You'd be tempted and encouraged to throw the ball around. As a scrum feed goes in from St. Mary's, they pump it out to the right side. As White, the other first receiver, it goes out to the wing though. Strong front foot ball there. Wainuiomata setting up on a shallow defense. Strong carry up from the first phase. St. Mary's looked to, the referee not looking behind his back, but he's got his arm out, so he must have received some help from the assistant referees. As he blows his whistle, quick tap is being explored. It's being action. It looks like Atuere only who carried that up. And that's followed up by Vauliko Seu to throw it out to the right side there. And it's Russell Leah. Oh, that is great play from St. Mary's. They have numbers. If they can only connect, will they need to? They do. They use. And it's a try score there. I'm going to have to ask my cameraman if he got a number on the back of that jersey. He's examining. We're going to view KFC replay. No, just a shake of the head. Can't pinpoint. However, it's not an individual's name on the scoreboard. It's St. Mary's. And they go ahead 5-0 over Wainui High. I tell you, it's a pretty tight game. Commend these girls. Signing on defense. Electric on attack. Very little in it, but St. Mary's managed to find the numbers out on the right side there, stretching the Wainui defense who failed to react quick enough. And they find the paint early on in this match, the Premier 1 College Girls Final. It's 11 minutes gone. Conversion goes up, and it's through. Unfortunately, under the crossbar. 5-0 the score remains. St. Mary's over Wainui High.
You get 1 point, it was through.
We have a lone voice in the crowd. Sounds familiar to that of Martin Isberg, suggesting that we should award points for what looks to be a simulation of a goal scored in soccer. Apologies if I offended anyone that thinks I should have mentioned football, but I really don't care. Huge shout out to all our families, friends who are viewing from comfort of their own homes or from far, not at the ground. It's a long restart there, played by a person who was in front of the initial taker. Lacking a bit of the game understanding, they concede a penalty to St. Mary's. In a handy position for Wainui. It's a penalty. What would they look to call? It's going to be a tap. Looking like a tap. Certainly is a tap. Carry up the middle there from number 3, and it looks like Pasikalia Natituya. Carried on a short pick and go, but it's a good counter ruck drive there from St. Mary's, forcing a handling error. I have to commend both teams here. The attention to detail of the breakdown, just identifying the lack of numbers from either side or the opposition, and just placing some pressure on those who are going over to seal at the breakdown. Coming up with some good reward here. Wouldn't you say so, James? Defensive scrum here. St. Mary's who feed it. 15 metres from their line, they look to stretch out the wide side. Once again, the hands failing. Wainui in position. Crawling ever so close to the white line. They've got numbers to the left that come to the right. Unfortunate for the halfback. Didn't see. Much to the disgust of the players standing to the left. Filthy. Have to say the opportunities being created by both teams, more so in the last 15 seconds by Wainuiomata. Strong defense, compelling the ball from the grasp of the St. Mary's players. Just unfortunate there, the halfback didn't see to her left. Had a 3-on-1 overlap. Great mismatch, an opportunity to score, just gone begging. And Earl Va'a, the assistant coach, would have been pulling out the rest of the hair off his head. Pick and go off the back of the scrum, it looks like Leota. Oh, Nati Tuia with a strong charge up the middle towards the post. Wainuiomata persisting to go right. There it goes to Taingahuia was held up in the tackle. Taken down now, called by Scott McLean. Another counter ruck there, but retained there from St. Mary's, unable to handle on the full there. Referee was playing advantage for a push. Not quite sure what he's indicating as the push. Was it without position? Pushing too hard. However, penalty conceded by St. Mary's. It's going to be a Wainui feed. Handy attacking position here for Wainui. Pick and go from Wainuiomata. They got a 2-on-1. The hands fail them. Unfortunate. Oh, calling a scrum, Wainui. Must be used to getting penalised so often and backtracking 10 metres. They automatically reacted to the blow of the whistle there. as if to suggest they were getting penalised, but their discipline has been pretty good. St. Mary's, who are showing concerning signs of conceding a few penalties. They'll be more than up to the task, matching the attack both sides have as a lateral kick goes up in the air. Good chase, but not handled on the full. The referee puts the whistle to his lips, but won't blow, playing a bit of advantage for Wainuiomata. Good support there, doubling around, building a bit of continuity is Wainuiomata, albeit going lateral. One off runner there and losing the ball. I'm guessing the referee played up that advantage, and it was initially given to Wainuiomata, as St. Mary's now have the scrum feed. It's turned out to be a great night here for me. What do you reckon? Considering it's a mild northerly, it's a cool breeze. Thankfully, it's not blowing from the south. My south in particular. But it's nice and calm. For those who are comfortable at home viewing this game, show your signs of support. Comment. Go St. Mary's. Go Wainui. All players giving chase ahead of the kick out, but that was a great chase there from St. Mary's. It looked like Justine McGregor. Penalty for his troubles. Quick tap from St. Mary's. They look to stretch out to the right. They've got numbers. Oh, the pass goes to ground. Advantage being played in their favour. Scott McLean allowing this one to play out. Some good advantage for St. Mary's as they creep over halfway into Wainui territory. Strong carry up there, lost in contact. There's the callers for not being back 10. Looking for the touch line. What number is that? Is that 26? That's Katie Waiuiomata. Okay, the first, this must be the first line out of the match. There's so much that's happened in the opening 20 minutes of this game. Struggling to catch my breath. Probably the benefit of the wind, but also the restrictions of these face masks. Probably should do my due diligence on behalf of the government. If you haven't been vaccinated, feel free to go. If you're 12 years and over, get it done, get it sorted. I'm not going to force you. Make up your own mind. I highly encourage you. Otherwise, stay away from me. Advantage being played for St. Mary's, who will find themselves setting camp up about 10 metres outside of the Wainui High 22, as the referee blows back for a penalty. A double blow now, potentially for an injured St. Mary's player. Calling time off of Scott McLean as we look to recoup, regather, refresh ourselves following the frantic first 20 minutes of this game. James, anything sticking out for you as a feature for this game, you reckon?
Still a bit of dew on the ground, lots of handling there is nice.
Yes, that seems to be the theme of tonight or today. We saw a lot of it earlier on in the earlier match. 36-15 was the final score of that game. St. Mary's running victors over Aotea College. Aotea College very valiant and brave on defence and continuing throughout, but St. Mary's, it was the attrition and the sustainability, the luxury of having numbers, and also there was a bit of skill involved. There's some good players out there, under 15, so keep an eye out for both teams in years to come. As it looks like Amiria Ranapia, number 8 for St. Mary's. Getting some medical attention there. bit of a limp in his step. He looks okay to continue. St. Mary's, who are coached by Shannon Nightingale, all the way from Upper Hutt. Sonny Whitman, all the way from Johnsonville, managed by Mark Hurley. And they got 2 trainers. Ooh, highly recognised names at that too. First one, Berenice Robetti and Serge Lilo. I was meant to say Serge Lilo, but it's about Leo. St. Mary's going to set up shop a couple of metres inside the Wainui High 22 as they look to explore their line-out. Having just executed one a few minutes earlier. Got some handy players stretched out here in the back line as the line-out throw goes up. Pretty messy. Scott McLean's not having a bar of it. He's allowing it to continue. Oh, a lot of rush defense there. You have to suggest that girl was a day ahead of the defensive line. St. Mary's making some exciting play and down the left side here. Oh, and it's a turnover. It's unfortunate. Some good work at the breakdown there. Number 12, Trinity Tawanyai. Have to keep an eye out for her. Also, number 18, her sister Alexis. Magical pair. For all the good work that they're doing in the breakdown, creating those turnovers, being undone. Some of those little errors, creeping up offside, getting a little anxious to make those tackles as St. Mary's make the quick tap. They go to the right. Looks like Indiana Russell Leah makes that charge up midfield, pick and go. It looks like Vauliko Sil who makes that charge. The forwards rally around. They look to pick and go 5 metres from the Wainui line. Looking to add points to their tally, stretch their lead. Still going, the whistle's blowing. What's the call here? Scott McLean looks to be doing a chicken dance there. It's a bit of a deep and wide action. For those at home who know the Sunday school song, feel free to sing along. I can't hear you. "5-0 the score remains after 22 minutes. Some strong ball carriers featuring already. Nati Tuia for Wainui. Vauliko Seu for St. Mary's. St. Mary's edging ever so close to the line. They're coming pretty close. What's the call? Not releasing. This looks like it's going to be a reoccurring theme here as one of the co-captains, Trinity Tawanyai, looks for the sideline. Her alongside her sister Alexis, co-captain the Wainui High team. Wainui High now to chance their arm at the line out. They look to go long. They do it pretty well too. A flick over the top of the head. It's Tawanyai, bowls over one, carrying a second. Jessica Parter there with a carry into contact, taken in the tackle. St. Mary scramble in defense. They fine-tune themselves and get set well. Wainui look to string together some phases of show and go. Wainui not going anywhere at the moment, much to the delight of the Wainui supporters. St. Mary supporters. Defense is holding up, but they've conceded a penalty there. Not rolling away is the call from Scott McLean. scrum is called. Grassroots Rugby College Best at its finest for College Sport Wellington, brought to you via College Sport Wellington. And of course, we must acknowledge the support of all those that back and allow us the opportunity to provide you with sports here, grassroots level. Someone out, he's picking it up from her boots. Goes up and under. And it looks like Tangata Uli Torova'a failing to gather that one. Number 9, Nalia. Also someone that we've witnessed come through the grades in the eastern suburbs. Dual code at under 13 level age grade. Her alongside Sophia Robetti as Tawa now. It looks to show she goes. Probably thought twice about that one. There was an opportunity there. Great overlap as St. Mary's have come up with position now. Rampaging up the middle there. Looks like Russell Leah. They look to stretch it out wide. The ball being placed to the ground, unfortunately. We hope with all the tread that's going on the surface at the moment that they'll be soaking up a bit of the dew. Call from the sideline is energy. Not much of that lacking in this in between these two sides, but it's just the execution, the small things and the finer attention to detail. Catch the ball before considering running ahead. Someone now he collects that pass to show they'll go. Always requiring two players to take her down. To face to the left there, tackle must release. They do so, do St. Mary's. Go out to the left, put down there by what looks like Jury. But St. Mary's creeping up offside. Referee Scott McLean, not much get past him. Stern eyes of the law. As it looks like Tainga Hui goes to touch. Apologies, there's 213, number 13's on the team list, so it's either Emma Jade Gray or Honey Tainga Hui. Whichever name I recognise first, that's the first one that's coming out of my mouth. Oh, a non-jumping line out. Scott McLean, the referee, suggesting that the ball didn't reach 5 metres on that line out. I'm not going to be a Justin Marshall and state the obvious, but I'm ensure at least in the line after the throw goes at least 5 metres. St. Mary's with possession here, running a couple of phases from a quick tap, following that free kick. They look to come to the left side here. Unsure on where this ball is going, knocked back, says the referee, puts it to toe, St. Mary's there. And it looks like Simangu being disruptive at the breakdown yet again. I think there's Justine McGregor. Wainuiomata, there's some numbers out wide there. Taingahui does well to gather up a defender and give it off, but not passed there by Patea. Taken in a tackle. Wainuiomata done well to retain this ball, but have gone 10 metres backwards. The referee has called them back. They've earned themselves a penalty. St. Mary's there, not back far enough. As it looks like Gray has made that quick tap and handed it off to Leota, who has made a rampaging run up the left side of the field. Wainuiomata now in unfamiliar territory inside the St. Mary's 22 as Tawanea charges up 5 metres inside the 22 of St. Mary's. They look to go to the left. There's a chip there. I'm not too sure what the intent was behind that chip. There was a bit of a chase there as Royal Betsy fights herself out of the first defender, taken by a second. Some good support there as a charge down of the clearance. All onside as the call from the referee. Charge down. Luckily, there was a surround of Wainui players there. Good reaction there from some of the St. Mary's. They're playing a dangerous game here, throwing the ball loosely in front of their line. More than up for the match. And the task is Wainui High as they've turned possession over. Referee McLean, he's called it back for a knock on and blows it for half time. I tell you what, emphatic start to this game. Conclusion of 34 minutes. I find myself just needing to recharge. What better way than through a couple of kekepua or kekemamue, which can be found around Waitangirua. You've got Samoa's finest and also another Samoan shop around that bend. Support the locals, guys. Support the locals. Stay away from KFC. Stay away from McDonald's. Go to the fish and chip shops. You're hard out on your training and your fitness. Well, good on you. It's not made for everyone. However, if you're close to a local gym that is owned and operated by someone in your community, support them as well. Even if you're like me, just paying the membership fee, just so you can have a key tag. Awesome to see all the support online throughout the first half of this game. It's a heavily contested one at that, between St. Mary's College and Wainui High as we're in half time. What will the coaches be saying? Shannon Nightingale, the man from the Upper Hutt Rams, who was assisted by the man, Sonny Whitman, who has done a fair bit of coaching in his time, currently applying his trade out of MSP with the Prim Reserves, or under 21s. Also at St. Pat's, he's done a bit of a spiel there. And currently also with his daughter. I'm following his daughter here, Kyra, at St. Mary's. And then on the other side of the coin, you've got Soraya Umaga Jensen, who was an old girl of Wainui High. You've got to appreciate those who give back to their community, to their families, and to their friends. And well done. Hats off to you. Huge commitment to you, Soraya. My Lord lover, Tautua Whaia Nu. And also the man that needs no introduction, Mr. Earl Va. Who's assisting Soraya there. Some awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. What could they possibly be saying in the huddles there for, mate? What will the message be besides hold on to the damn ball, make your tackles?
This is the last 34 minutes of the season. Give it your all.
That's it. You heard it here. Mrs. Moka, she said it's the last 34 minutes of a rugby season for some of you girls. Give it your best. Leave it all out on that field. It's 5-0. Very little that separates these two sides. The contact in this game has been ferocious. My throat is dry. My lips are getting dusty. I tell you. Don't know how I'm going to survive. It's a frantic pace, this game. So if we weren't under the restrictions of COVID, I'll be feeding off the energy that would have consumed the grandstand that is Jerry Collins Stadium, Porirua Park. Unfortunate circumstances we're in. Damn it, COVID. I can almost count on one hand how many people there are sitting in the stand. Oops, I didn't see the other 20 there. Huge shout out to all our viewers online. Those who have taken a 5-minute break out from their online poker games. Malo, Rosalie. Shout out to the Uso Toto. Just returned back from his 15k run. Just to grab a refill his water bottle. He's probably going to go out for another 20k. Oh, Scott McLean must have felt a bit of a shiver running up his back. He's keen to get running again, get moving, get warm again. So we're all set to go for the final half of the Premier 1 College Girls final here at Porirua Park, Jerry Collins Stadium. St. Mary's leading this affair 5-0. I tell you what, because there's hardly anyone in the stand and in the ground, I might take this to the mic. So if you hear my voice amplified, it's going to be bombastic. Restart there from St. Mary's. It's fielded inside Wainui's 22. Strong run up the middle there by number 18, it looks. They look to feed towards the left, Wainui high. Making some inroads down the left side channel. And it's through. Charlene Kaunati Tuya. Good carry there. It's a turnover at the breakdown. Referee Scott McLean not having any of that. He spotted an indiscretion there. Trinity Tawaniai finding the touchline. There's some gems in both of these teams. I tell you what, I've already made mention of the two Tawaniai sisters who are the co-captains, but we've also seen the rampaging abilities of number 3 Pascalia Faunati Tuya. Tell you what, a run straight challenge. I'll be running away, that's for sure. Wainui, they win their own throw into the line out. Picked up again by Trinity Tawaniai. Good retention of the ball here. Let's see what Wainui can make of it. A good carry up there, but running high, held up in the tackle, but they regather that loose ball. A great skip pass there, but not gathered on the outside by Leota. Wainuiomata looking to retain, but holding on to the ball, dragging the defender down off her feet. Quick tap from St. Mary's. It's a strong run up the middle by Chapman. Leilani Chapman it is. Number 4. Taken down 10 metres shy of the Wainui line. St. Mary's now looking to utilise their numbers. Getting carried up by Russell Leah now, who stands strong on the tackle. And she steals herself a few more meters. The ball is being recycled. St. Mary's looking to the left. Will they use it? That's a pick and go. I tell you, I'm not too sure if that was the right option, but it's certainly paying off. a two-player drive there, and they made 5 meters. They've got a 3-on-3 situation going on the short side there. Hard to see as it's pretty dark. If it weren't for the light shining off Scott McLean's forehead, I wouldn't be able to see much of what's going on the other side. St. Mary's backtracking a couple of meters there, but the ball gets recycled out to the right side. Here it comes through number 12, Tolova Stanley it is. Picked up here. Who was that? McGregor, it looks like. Strong carry, very aggressive in the contact. It's a ruck there. It's a wide phase here from St. Mary's. A strong run, it looks like, from Vauliko Sil. Could be Tolova'a Wele. As the ball gets recycled, it's being played through down to the left channel. It looks like a strong carry there from number 2, Sia Tolova'a Wele. They look to the short side again through St. Mary's. Pounded in that contacting tackle. Scott McLean looking for something to do. He does something. He awards Wainui with a penalty. Great resilience and defense here, guarding their line. And come away with a bit of reward there, and they earn possession. Scott McLean setting mark 2 meters from the line. It should in fact be 5 meters from the line. He points towards it. What will he do? Will he correct Wainui, or is he going to deprive them of 3 meters? What a sad guy. Didn't even show it to the correct mark. Just some of the movement of the ball could be a little bit quicker. St. Mary's. There would have been another try up on the ball potentially, but you got to hand it to Wainui, who have been very resilient and persistent on defense, showing a lot of heart. As it looks like Dominic is about to throw into this line out. Is there anything this girl cannot do? Oh, the referee has called that not straight. I can't contest that because, like I mentioned before, it's hard to see from where I am what's going on the other side. If it weren't for the different colours and jerseys, my eyes will be at a strain to identify who actually has the ball. But unfortunate for Wainui, they had the opportunity to work their way out of the red zone. Throw into the line out, not straight. As I reach into the bag full of funkeke, I'm going to delight into one of these. There's a pick and go from the back of the scrum. St. Mary's with a strong charge up, and it looks like Ngatuere Ongli. Forgive me if I get these names wrong, but hey, look at that. Leilani Chapman. Strong charge up to the line again. Wainui. Little too anxious. Reaching for the pocket is Scott McLean. Who does he issue the birthday card to? Looks like number 16. As mentioned before, there's 2 number 16 jerseys on that field, so it could be one of either Trinell Leota or Kylie Williams. A quick tap will be the order of the day for St. Mary's as they look to charge up towards the line through Amaria Ranapia. They retain this ball. Are they going to recycle it fast enough? Not quick enough for the coach's liking. The ball's gone backwards. Hard to handle. Too hot to hold. St. Mary's are in control. Making their way, but being met with some strong defense. On behalf of Wainui, remember they're a player down. One of their players sent for a 10-minute rest. Need to explore some space out on the wide. However, Russell Leah isn't having none of that. Give me the ball. I'm going to make it straight up the middle. It looks like St. Mary's have gone over for a try. Yes, they have. The arms are raised in jubilation. The most important arm that's raised is that of the referee, Scott McLean, awarding that try. St. Mary's registering their second try of this match. 10-0, conversion to come. Should be a throw over. Suddenly Whitman rushes out with the water bottles, gathering the St. Mary's crew there, sending the messages, probably relayed from Shannon Nightingale. Conversion goes up from Nalia. Tangata Uli Tolova'a is successful. Oh, I mentioned Nalia, but looks like number 8. Amaria Ranapia. Who was it, Malcolm? Not Nalia is the comment that came from sidelines. Malcolm Gibbs. Pat that man on the back for running around in the earlier game. He's sitting here admiring the conditions that Scott McLean is repping under. Malcolm had to contest with the rain and the wind. Scott McLean turns up only from just up the road, and he's playing under lush conditions. No rain, no wind. That was Amaria Ranapia with the conversion that was successful there. 12-0 St. Mary's over Wainui High. As Wainui look to reorganise their team with a player down. One in the bin. And they find themselves in a handy attacking spot here. 15 metres away from St. Mary's line. The feed goes in. They come to the left. The ball goes behind the player. Carried hard by Tawaniai. They feed out to the right. Kaunati Tuia feeds it off again. To Tainga Huit. Or is it Gray? Make your mind up. St. Mary's getting disruptive at their breakdown. Unfortunately coming away with a knock on. Another handling error. Another one added to the growing pile of handling error stats here. Wainui with the beat, they look to go down to the short side. It looks like going there. Oh, great double round there. Getting close to the line. Unfortunately, the wrong line there. The touch line was where she ended up. Emma Jade Gray. Great short side move there with Tawaniai. As I chew through my pankeke. Nice looking line out there. Loose ball gathered by Wainui, diving over in that corner. Unfortunately, Scott McLean has caught it back. Quick tap. St. Mary's exploring the right side and their back line. They've got numbers there. They do now. Oh. Oh, that was... I tell you what, Justine McGregor with some fancy feet there. However, from all the way on the other side of the field, Trinity Tawaniai came back. Set a hot spot and just smashed. There we go. Again, Wainuiomata showing their tendency just to backtrack 10 metres. gutsy team. Some brilliant talent on display here for Wainui. Wainui High, who are divided from the main hut region by a hill and surrounded by a beautiful coastline. Kick goes up from St. Mary's field on halfway by Maxwell, who feeds it out to support in the form of Nohotima Kennedy, who doesn't release it at the breakdown or on the tackle, concedes a penalty. Not what they needed. St. Mary's with a quick tap. Looks like Valentina Leota hands it off to Tolovaa Stanley, and that's put down. Some voices coming from the way of the scoreboard. If our cameraman can catch them, you see that there'll be a. I think the quota itself is by the scoreboard. We've got people standing behind the fence over there, looking through on the northeastern corner. And you have to show some sympathy for them, the families and friends. Potential parents. Tawaniai has support, just needs to get rid of it. Leota there with the ball. Tackle creeping high from St. Mary's. Advantage being played in favour of Wainui. Wainui come to the left. The one off runner there taking in a strong tackle from St. Mary's. Another handling error at the back of that ruck. Played under advantage. They'll return back to that penalty mark, which is 15 metres from the eastern touchline. 2 metres inside the St. Mary's half. Wainui High have opted for the scrum. Just hope. Wish that the ball is held onto for a good passage. These teams are stringing together some good phases with some great intent. It's unfortunate that the handling is letting them down. A bit like the Aussie and the South African game over the weekend. As for the All Blacks, well, it was just a collection of forward passes that should have eventuated into points, but no. So 1-2 cut there, double round. Fortunately, pass was left behind as Tawaniai comes away with the ball. As a 2 pass goes out to the right, I tell you what, it's scrappy players. Ball is rolling on the ground. Loose play there. They're doing well to retain and recycle this ball. Wainui. St. Mary swarming onto it. Ngatuere only being penalised there. Hands in the ruck or not rolling away. Wainui looking for quick tap now. Found Ngati Tuia with a strong carry, as has been this whole night, I'd say. A bit messy on that placement there. Tolovaa Willie with a strong carry up the gut. She goes, buys herself 10 metres. St. Mary's with numbers to the right. They'll go to the left. Russell Leah with a strong run, giving it out now. 3 pairs of hands later, they find themselves crawling up 5 metres and towards the Wainui 22. They come out to the right. One off runner. Passing in the contact. Looking for support and the recycle. The Wainui player, not too sure what she was thinking there. Playing on the offside, the double blow for an injury. Much to the relief of my voice right now. Someone wake Martin Nisberg up, please.
That was Dave.
Dave said, guy, give your beanie to Martin. Martin Isberg, there's no doubting who he is supporting tonight at this very moment.
Go Wainui! Come on the Nui!
Yeah, well, need I say anymore. The former headmaster of Wainui High. Great legacy left behind. He can't stay away from teaching, I tell you. Can't stay away from the classroom. Return to be relieved. And stand-in principal as well. Why would you do that to yourself, Martin? As St. Mary's looking to extend their lead. Couple of phases after from that penalty, they find themselves encroaching inside the Wainui 22. Good string of passes. Finds the ball inside the hands and mitts of Kyra Whitman, who's swamped by some recovering defense. Unfortunate for the defense, they've come off second best there. She looks and sounds in anguish. Hopefully not too serious. As the match day official David Fartuffer, he will go into attend to this. It does not sound very good. Some attention is drawn towards the injury down here on the southeastern corner. For a Wainui player, play looks like it will resume with a penalty to St. Mary, 7 metres from the Wainui line. St. Mary's have opted for the scrum. The Wainui coach is Soraya Umanga Jensen, assisted by Earl Va'a for Joe Larsini, who's asked. Scrum is set, short side run off the back of the scrum there from St. Mary's. They look to utilise the one player overlap, strong charge, pick and go. St. Mary's over for their third try of this final. And you'll have to suggest that even with a bit of time left on the clock, this could potentially be one of the final nails in the coffin. St. Mary's have long been the standard in recent years for May. What do you think is the backbone to their success in recent years? Take a stab at it. I know your loyalty is with PC, but come on, have a go.
Just good depth that they have. The amount of girls that they have at their school that they're interested in playing the game. And good quality coaching, I guess, as well.
Certainly, it is the volunteers that bring the value and the quality into their teams, and their ability in adding to the programs that they run there. $17-0 is the score here. St. Mary's over Wainui in the Premier 1 Girls College Final. Certainly it won't be too long to go yet. Huge shout out to the Godfather, Tovio Fai. How's it going, mate? Long restart here from Wainui, not gathered cleanly from Tolovaa at the back there. Tangata Uli Tolovaa, Nalia playing fullback. Little lapse in judgment there with the bounce of the ball off the wet surface. Wainui find themselves in a handy position to attack here, looking for the potential to score their first points of this match and this contest. For those who've just joined us, there was one game played earlier on between St. Mary's and Aotea and under-15. And St. Mary's coming out with victors there, 36-15, as Wainui. They marched their way towards the St. Mary's line. Strong run up there as Wainuiomata Tuia makes another strong carry. Ton of carries from that number 3 for Wainui tonight. Looking for options are Wainui. The ball goes to ground yet again. Arm was up for advantage in favour of Wainui. Offside play there from St. Mary's. Quick to recover and line up on defence. Quick tap here. And it's that lady yet again. Wainuiomata Tuia hanging over the try line. Staunch defence. Held her out from grounding it. There's another strong carry from Wainui there. It looks like Jury. Wainuiomata Tuia yet again with another carry. Not out of breath just yet. Not giving up. As we see Tara Leota with a strong carry towards the line. And she gets over. Some gutsy pumping of the legs here. That was some valiant effort. Tara Leota, there's a good passage of play there from Wainui, good persistence, good recycling of the ball, and very pleased to see there were no knock-ons in that passage of play. Because heck, furniture was going to be flying up in here. There was another knock-on as we have a look at my action replay. 3 defenders carried over the line. Tara Leota. Woohoo! Not too sure what game Tumanako Gray is watching, but Sacred Heart definitely not in this contest. Trinity Tone out with a conversion attempt. Beautifully struck straight through the uprights. That provides a little bit of relief for Wainui there. Their first points of the game is a converted try. They have been back to full complement in the last few minutes. Back to 15 aside. Much to the delight of David Fa'atafa, who is the sports manager holding the portfolio of college rugby here in Wellington for college sport. Restart from St. Mary's goes wrong. It's shielded by Wainui, who makes a strong run up. Right, that's a good 25-meter charge there from Wainui. There's no one on the short side. Oh, a bit too slow to react. Has found Ngati Tuia, adding yet another array of meters to her running charges tonight. Wainui looking to spread out to the right. Wainui avoiding a collision there. A good in and out there from Maxwell. Taken on a bootlace tackle there. And a strong run now up the middle from Wainui, looking for some support. There's a bit of slow motion play there on the back of some contest from St. Mary's. So one-man charge up there at the middle. Wainui now making it over the halfway mark into St. Mary's. The thinking behind that kick, I'm unsure. Will the referee blow it back? No, advantage over. St. Mary's going to the left, met in some strong defense is Tangata Uli Tolova. Advantage is being played for Wainui, presumably for a knock-on. Wainui now looking to spread the ball, the hands continuing to fail them. It's that number 8, Tyra Leota, the try scorer. Fortunate, just getting a bit anxious and ahead of themselves. The arm is indicating towards Wainui for the feed of the scrum. I'll have to think they're in the final minute of play. No, sorry. 30-35. While we look to investigate the length of a half in this game, toss a coin between 30, 34 or 35. Wainuiomata now look to spread out to the left, utilising the back line. No, they won't. It's a one-person carry. It's Tawa now. He loses the ball in contact. Whilst one hand was holding onto the ball, the other was fending. Unfortunately, the force of the impact juggling that ball out. Someone perhaps needs to just shuffle that ball just a little. Such a strong player. Fast one and a skillful one at that. And look to her outside. Alexis Tawania'i at first receiver, then you got Trinity on the outside and second 5. Bit of a chip there from St. Mary's, giving good chase, but it's gathered well by Jessica Bartier. Makes a strong run, gets Wainui on the front foot. Trinity Tawania'i there, surprised to see the ball just behind her. The ball goes loose. No call from the referee. They look to utilise this through Tyra Leota, who gives a skip pass there. They found some spare hands and some space, met in some strong defence. Good cover tackling there from St. Mary's. Wainui gifting position back to St. Mary's, who have done well in the scramble defence. Have to suggest they were playing offside there. Were St. Mary's penalty to Wainui. If they could earn some points to add to their 7, shut that space just a little bit more, they can add some pressure, and if there's time, we're going to see an emphatic finish to this game. Carry up there, Pascalia Felnati Tuia. She has been tremendous, huge in this game tonight. In the mix of a backtracking side or a persistent one at that. St. Mary's with a turnover at that breakdown. Just being a little bit more clinical, however. The errors have been mounting nonetheless. For both sides, that is. Double pump of the whistle suggests there's an injury to play. And upon further inspection, Have one of the Wainui players down. Don't need that at this stage of the game. Doing so well to keep these phases going together. Martin Isberg. A bit of an anxious hop to his step right now. Always backing the Wainui. And it may be Tyra Leota that is going off injured. Number 8, is it? Unfortunate, one of their stronger players for Wainui. And that looks like any spare players that Wainui had have been exhausted. They are all injured. So they are now playing a player short. (14 on 15) as a trap upfield from Justine McGregor has chased well. She's regathered. Tangata Uli Tolova'a is swarmed at the back of that ruck. Earns himself a penalty as Nalia goes for a quick tap. Pops it up to supporting player Faith Vauliko Sil. Strong charge up, offloads to Ranapia. Makes another strong charge. They got numbers to burn. Take a pick. It's a lottery of who to pass to. Just need the hands to keep hold of that ball. Ball to stick to hand and they'll be across that line, but no, they've conceded another penalty. Some relentless defense, resilient attitude shown by Wainui to scramble well, scramble valiantly on defense and make those tackles that they need. The short kick into touch from Tawanai. They look to throw into the lineup. The last lineup they had in this very same spot was deemed not straight. So Tawanai will look to make amends and see what they can. That looked a lot less straight than the last one that he called. However, we're going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. A bit of sympathy shown by the referee there, but however, let's run with it. Wainui now with position. With position. Someone out is throwing a pass there, almost intercepted by St. Mary's. As they look to come to the left side through Maxwell, Puohotawa. The referee getting some much unneeded assistance from the sideline. He's on top of it all. Wainui. They're looking for the touchline. They're not going to find it. It's fielded well there by Whitman. Whitman looking for an avenue to run. Strong fender, strong runner. Taking an attack of 5 meters inside the Wainui half. The ball goes out to the left side, put down in the tackle. However, if I'd seen Faunati Tuia charging at me to make a tackle, I probably would have dropped the ball as well. Going out to the right side is Chanel Leota. Strong carry there, taken down and a very well-matched tackle. Pass is going to ground now as Maxwell Puohotawa taking an tackle, scooting down the blind side is Jessica Partel. Want to beat, run straight into the defense and tackle of Sophia Ropetti. Advantage being played in favour of Wainui. Hands in the ruck is the call. Not reaching into his pocket is Scott McLean. How many penalties do you have to concede to consider a card? You make your mind up. Carry into contact there from Tainga Hui. Turnover, the breakdown is illegal, unlawful. It's a naughty. It's a not allowed. A quick tap here coming from Emma Jade Gray. Passes it out to a supporting runner. It looks like Basene. Carries it into contact. Tawanai, show and go, gives it out to Tawanai. Tawa around to Tawanai. You would think there were multiple Tawanai on the field. No, there's only two. It was a double round. Now look into your lines, the blind side, the short side, get over for their third try, do they? Not quite. They come out to the short side, but they're more defenders than attackers. St. Mary's have turned this ball over, diving desperately at it. As Wainui, they've turned this ball back again. They've retained possession, recycled it out, looking to move out to the right side where they have numbers to spear. Regathering here is Wainuiomata. They did have a 4-on-2 overlap. Stored passing means some slow play and the recycling of the ball. Oh, it's getting a bit messy there. Now we're throwing Falcons. However, regathered by a rampaging player there from Wainui. Coming back to the short side. Tawanai to Tawanai. And it comes out to Kerahoma. Kerahoma met in the tackle of Ngatuere Ongli. 5 metres from the east side touchline. Pick and go from Tawanai. Alexis Tawanai, as the ball comes out, it finds the hands of Talilangi Smith. They're continuing to go this route of the one-off pick and go. Tawanai. Trinity takes that ball into contact, taken 11 metres from St. Mary's line. As Jessica Parter carries herself through a gap, they close pretty quickly. They've got a 3-on-2 overlap to the right there. Will they use it? Should they use it? They shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't. They come back to the left side, looking to stretch the defense. But from my count, defense is matched up with their attackers as Tawanai comes away with the ball. Runs between two defenders, collects a third. Ball goes to ground. It's getting scrappy, messy. Ball is put into touch. But not to only. As Scott McLean blows the hooter and the whistle to call the curtains down on this final and the 2021 season. 17-7 the final score here. St. Mary's over Wainui. A huge congratulations, a well done, a Marlo lover to St. Mary's, the coaching, management and all the volunteers, the parents and families who have had to stand on the wings and on the other side of the fence in support. However, be remiss not to make mention of those who travel from over the hill, the Omata, Wainui. Well done for your efforts throughout this season. To all the coaches, the managers, the parents, families, friends, volunteers, everybody that could make this season possible. Ma lo lava le tawata, ma lo lava fa ma los, lo lava le lang ma los iva mo fa now. Well done. Safe travels back to Wainuiomata. To the victors, the spoils, St. Mary's. Congratulations yet again. On behalf of Coach Sport Wellington, please gather in front of the officials for the official presentation. Been a pleasure hosting you tonight. This is Mason Malangmali bidding you all farewell. And we are lava maloro wala fiafi negbo ya rofa mai fa tasi mare tua. To fa so fua.